trigger. Good morning, South Carolina, and welcome to the 3A Soccer State Championship Press Conference. We have some very special guests with us this morning that will provide lots of background and information on their journey to the state finals coming up this Friday. But before you meet them, let's have some remarks from Commissioner Dr. Jerome Singleton.
Thank you, Ms. Newman. Congratulations on a great season. Hope you've had an opportunity to create some great memories with this experience. As our ambassadors, we are counting on you to represent the league well. Continue to be the best student athlete you can be, both in your actions and your attitude. Enjoy this press conference and have a great championship game. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Singleton. Again, I'm Tammy Newman, the Director of Public Relations, and we are here, and yes, sponsored by the wonderful, wonderful partners at Wilson and Lexington Medical Center. So thank you for that sponsorship, as they have been supporting us all year long. Now it's time to meet our special guest representing our 3A competitors in girls and boys soccer. Coming to us from Powdersville, we have Coach Colin Melton.
Hello.
And with him, he has seniors Natalie Johnson.
Hi.
And Catherine Reen.
Hello.
And from Oceanside, we have Coach Mark Meyer.
Hello.
And with him, he has senior Shay Baldwin.
Good morning.
And Chandler Usher, a junior. Welcome. And representing our 3A boys competitors from Daniel High School, we have Coach Philip Boyer. And with him, he has seniors Ezra White and Liam Desjardins, a senior as well. And from Brooklyn Casey, we have Coach Matthew Drapo. And he has with him seniors Eduardo Membreno and Angel Reyes. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, to our viewers and to our special guest. We're going to jump right in with some questions. But if our viewers want more information, I will tell you that after the press conference, you are welcome to visit our website to get any details that you may miss during this press conference. But we're going to start out with some coaches' questions, and we're going to go to Coach Colin Melton. Can you share your season record with our viewers?
Currently, the girls are 19-0.
All right, great. And can you share with us, what was your major takeaway from last year that you've put into effect this entire season?
I think last year is kind of our drive to get to state. I mean, we have seniors on the team this year that were on our state team 3 years ago, and we lost upper state to Daniel last year. And so for us, it was just that drive to kind of get back to where we were last year and improve upon it and get to state again this year.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And Coach Meyer from Oceanside, can you share with us your season record?
We are 12-7-1.
All right. And coming back as the return champion from the 2021 season, compared to last year and this year, did you have any big surprises from any specific opponent or even one of your student athletes?
No real surprises. We ended up in a three-way tie in our region, and we ended up being a 3 seed based on a coin flip. So that wasn't. I guess we're better soccer players than we are coin flippers, but I guess that would be our only surprise.
All right, thank you. And from Daniel. And I want our viewers to know that this is an identical matchup from the 2021 season between Daniel and Brooklyn Casey. So that should be very exciting. But Coach Boyer from Daniel, can you share with us your record?
We were 21-5.
All right. And compared to last year, what did you learn from last year that you think will help this year when you're facing the same Brooklyn Casey cast?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we learned something from last season, but I don't think we learned too much new. We know that Brooklyn Casey's a really good team, and we know they're going to be a really good team this season. We're just really excited to get a second chance.
All right. And Coach Drapo from Brooklyn Casey, you're returning as the 3A boys champ. Can you share with us your record this year?
We are 25-2. 25-2.
Okay. And I'm not sure, if you've been keeping up with Daniel this year, but just, if you have, are there any similarities in the Daniel this year, and Daniel last year?
We have been keeping up with them, and similar to last year, they score a lot of goals. They're a good team. In the playoffs, I think they've got 23 goals for and 2 against. Which is, a phenomenal number. They still got a lot of the same returning players like Ezra. Like we told him last year, we thought he was the best player we played all year, as well as Eddie Merck scored last year. So, I mean, they got a lot of guys coming back. So we're looking forward to another good battle. I mean, it's always good when we play those guys. So.
All right. Thank you. Well, thanks, coaches. Now I'm going to send some questions to our student athletes. They are truly the superstars that we're looking forward to seeing this Friday. Just going to jump around, and I'm going to give this question to Ezra. Last year, you had a heartbreaking loss in the state championship. So now you're facing the same opponent this Friday. Can you tell us, how has last year's loss impacted your play this entire season?
I mean, last year's loss it's letting us play with a big chip on our shoulder. I feel like we have a lot to prove, and we're just ready, and we're excited that we got to have a second chance.
All right. And Ezra, can you share with us your plans for after graduation? I hear that you're headed to college.
I'm going to play at the College of Charleston next year.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And Natalie from Powdersville. Last year, you were so close to making it to the championship game. How does it feel as a senior to have that chance this year?
It feels impeccable. It feels like a full circle moment from my freshman year where we got to go to state and we fell short. And then last year with being in the upper state championship and missing it just by 1 goal, it really made us drive this year. And we set out from our team meeting at the beginning of the year and said, we're going to make it to state. And that's what we did.
All right. Thank you. And Chandler, you are our junior on a panel full of seniors. You have a few more days. Well, I guess, a day or so of practice, a couple of practices you can fit in before Friday. Is there anything that you plan to do different or try to do better before you step onto the field Friday?
I think last year what we did, basically every practice we focused on bringing the team together to get to this final moment. And I believe that this year we have the camaraderie to do it again. And I'm excited for that day.
Okay. And as a junior, you have yet another year to go. So is there anything that you're going to share with the team? Being a junior, you're still a leader. You wouldn't be on this panel if the coach did not see you as a leader. What's something that you think you're going to share with your teammates before you start the game on Friday?
Friday is a time that we all need to step up together. And I believe that the freshmen this year have done a great job of stepping up and filling in the blanks from our seniors last year. And I think we're all going to do really well in that aspect.
All right. Thank you. And Angel from Brooklyn Casey, what do you feel is the most difficult aspect of being the defending champion?
We think that since we won last year, everybody wants to this year, and you always got to respect the opponent. I think that Daniel has a really good team, and it should be a good game.
All right, thank you. And our next question, I'm going to send that to Liam. Liam with Daniel. First of all, Liam, can you share with us your college plans?
I plan to play at Lenore Ryan University,
All right, and do you have in mind what you're going to study?
pre-dentistry.
All right, what you share with us, what is it making it back for another shot at the state title? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I think a lot of the players is looking forward to like playing the same team again, but we're looking forward to just come back and get a second chance.
Has there been a resonating message from your coach this season that has stuck with you?
Well, throughout this year, we wanted to try to set a good example for our underclassmen and just leave a good legacy.
All right, thank you. And Coach Drapo, I'm going to give you another question. Has winning made the transition from, let's see, has winning made the transition from going from a coaching legend to Brooklyn Casey? Has it made that easier?
I'm kind of confused as to what you mean from the previous coach. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, winning solves a lot of problems. It helps. It always helps. You know, that's what we came in with the intent to do, was to win. You know, to work hard, all the things that get you there. And so I don't really, you know, all respect to Coach Kevin and all those guys. It's phenomenal. But, you know, I don't really think too much about it. I did when I came in, like I told them, it's not, you know, I don't have any bad feelings towards or anything to say about anybody. I'm just here to work hard, to coach these guys, to be good people and good players. And that, I think, is why we've been successful, is because we do the right things. So.
All right. And Coach Meyer, you know, it seems like every team has some type of adversity or an obstacle or something to get over. Can you share with us if there's been any major obstacle that your team had to, you know, go up against to make it this far? I mean, we're all grateful that we don't have that one obstacle that we faced 2 years ago. So is there anything that happened this year that may have been an obstacle?
Nothing unusual. I intentionally planned the hardest schedule that I could find. That's why we have 7 losses and we've still made it this far. But I want my teams to face adversity and prove their resilience earlier in the season before it matters once we get into region play. So a little bit, but really by design.
Okay, great. And Shay, you're a senior and you're headed off to college. Do you mind sharing that information with us?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to Lander University next year to study nursing.
Oh, great. That is wonderful. Well, as a team leader, can you tell us that something that's been a constant with you this year? You know, you're coming back from last year, great season. So what was something that you decided to step up on this season?
Probably making sure that our freshmen and sophomores, who really are our bigger classes, step up as leaders, because as the seniors leave and we only have 2 juniors that are going to be seniors next year, that they have the ability to step up and make a difference, even though they're younger. So going with that saying of Ubuntu that we have as a team, that I can't be my best without you being at your best.
All right, wise words. And Catherine from Powdersville, you're wrapping up your senior season. So what do you feel will be your biggest takeaway from soccer? You know, whether it be something with a teammate or coach's wise words, what's something that you feel will stay with you?
Soccer's just taught me that team sports really just like you have to play as a team, and you have to be kind, and you have to follow your leaders because they're your leaders for a reason. And I just love how us as captains have stepped up this year, and Coach Melton for the past 4 years has just guided us as a team, and I just feel like a family.
All right. Well, Coach Melton, can you tell us, do you feel if you have any unsung hero of the team? You know,
I definitely think we do have some unsung heroes. I think, you know, like there we have some, for example, that our back line who don't seem to get enough credit. They do a great job, and then Natalie here plays in our holding mid position, and it's a very selfless position. And so I feel like she's one of those ones that doesn't get a lot of credit because she does a good job kind of controlling our midfield and bridging the gap. But you know, being that holding mid position, it's not necessarily a scoring position, and she knows that, but it's very a selfless position. And so I do feel like she's kind of one of our unsung heroes on the team.
all right, thank you. And Eduardo from Brooklyn Casey. Last year, you came out on top. You know, you're facing the same opponent. Can you tell us what will your team have to improve upon or do better, even better, this Friday to take home the trophy?
Saliste de arriba de él. ¿Y qué crees que tenemos que hacer este año para volver a llegar ahí?
Tenemos que seguir trabajando duro con el equipo.
He thinks that we should work together like last year.
Seguir para poder intentar buscar algo chido.
And that we should all play together, like you said, and that it should be a good game. You know, we worked hard to get here again. It's not easy to go from winning state one year, going to the state final again.
All right, thank you, Eduardo. And Liam from Daniel. Is there any moment from this season that stands out as one of your most memorable moments? It could be on the field or off.
Our team took a trip to Hilton Head to play May River, and definitely that win was definitely memorable.
All right, great team bonding. Let's see, and I've got a question for your coach, Coach Boyer. Do you have any thoughts on what the state or, you know, for high school soccer, how we can continue to grow? It's obviously one of the most popular sports that we host. Do you have any thoughts on what we could do to grow it even more? My nephew, he's 9, he plays soccer. He refuses to play anything else.
It's a big question. I feel like that's the hardest one. Why did I get that? I think a lot of it has to do just with the climate of soccer in the U.S. in general. I mean, I think as it continues to grow, that's going to trickle down to club soccer as well as high school soccer. I think high school soccer is fairly unique in that club soccer tends to kind of be, I guess, the focus, especially in terms of how a player can get recruited to the next level. And so I think in the high school game, you just kind of have to know what your role is. And I think, you know, one reason I love the high school game so much is because there's no money in it. There's no, you know, parent power, politics, any of that stuff in it. It really is just about playing with your brothers or your sisters, playing for your school, playing for pride, and ultimately playing for fun. And I think that that's like the true essence of the game. So I think anyone that gets to play high school sports, but especially high school soccer, is just a blessing.
Thank you. And Coach Drapo, this is your opportunity to share a message with the Brooklyn KC community. What would you like to share with the fans, the student body, and the community at large?
Oh man, first off, just we love them. You know, we love the community. We're so grateful for them. They really showed out for that lower state championship game. You know, we're really proud to be a part of this community, and we try to represent you guys well. And you know, at the end of the day, all these kids, they have so much more to give, and so much. They're such a bigger part than just the high school game or playing soccer, or going to state. And you know, I hope that the players, they have really inspired me, and I hope that they have inspired the community, because a lot of stuff they've had to overcome just to get here, to get on the field, language barriers, moving, you know, family situations. So You know, we're really grateful to have such support from the staff, the administrators, and just the entire Casey and West Columbia community in general. So we're just blessed and thankful.
All right, thank you. I'm sure they're happy to hear that. And I'm going to give a question back to one of our student athletes. Natalie from Powdersville, what was the easiest part of the season versus what was the most difficult part of this season?
I would say the easiest part of the season was just our teamwork. Our team is we're all friends. We get along well, which I think is shown on the field sometimes, but also can be our biggest obstacle, as sometimes we get offended if we get called out. But I think last night it really showed that it's coming from a place of love, and we just have to remember that. So it's a good thing and a bad thing of how much we work together so well.
All right, thank you. And Angel from Brooklyn KC, can you share with us your most memorable moment from this season?
We took a beach trip with the soccer team, and we played Myrtle Beach over there. I really think that was a really good game that I'll never forget. You know, after we took the trip, spent time as a team, and then get a win before we came back. I really think that was fun.
Sounds fun to me. I can't wait to hit the beach this year. All right. And Ezra from Daniel, can you share with us any particular moment this season to where you felt like we're headed back to state? This is a team that can do it?
From the very first day of practice, I mean, it's confidence. I know that the coach believes in us, and then I just believed in the team as well. So we knew that we would be in this position.
All right. And from Oceanside, Coach Meyer, you mentioned earlier that you designed a season that was very difficult. You made sure that you had some very strong opponents. If you could, is there any part of the season from all the way from, I'd say from tryouts through today, that you would have a do-over? If there's anything you'd want to do over or do differently?
Honestly, no. The season's really worked out well.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you. All right, and before we wrap up, I'm going to ask the coaches, you still have one more question, and it's easy, but yet it's hard, but we're going to ask you to sum up your overview of the opponent that you're facing this Friday. I'm going to start with Coach Melton from Powdersville. Can you share with us your thoughts on Oceanside?
Well, I mean, Oceanside's a great team. I went and watched them play Daniel last year. When we didn't beat Daniel, I was like, well, I got to watch this game. And they're a phenomenal team. I mean, Coach Meyer's done a great job. I've met him several times. And I mean, I look forward to playing them. I look forward to the challenge. But I mean, they're great. They move the ball well. I know they have a stout defense, but we're excited for it.
All right, thank you so much. And Coach Meyer, can you give us your thoughts on your opponent this weekend?
Well, like I said, we've met several times at some meetings and such, and really good coach. I can tell from the way he speaks about his players how much he loves them and what a good soccer coach he is. So I expect a team that plays well, and obviously they're undefeated, so that indicates that they're a good team. So we're looking forward to it.
All right, thank you, Coach. And Coach Boyer, can you share your thoughts on the team, the Brooklyn Casey team this season?
I think they're pretty freaking good. I think that if you look at the stats, I mean, the amount of goals that they score is crazy. Obviously, Eduardo, he's one of the best players that I've seen in 10 years, just being frank. He scores a lot of goals, but it'd be really easy to think that that's the only reason that they've been successful. But if you watch any of their games, you see that it's just like this collective unit. They play together, they move up and down really well. And I think that probably one of their best attributes is that they're a very pragmatic team. So they know when it's time to go, and they know when it's time to sit a little bit and absorb. So we're gonna have to be really smart and try to pick our moments. And hopefully Eduardo doesn't score 3 more on us this year like he did last year. But I know he just did that in lower state. So we're gonna give it our best.
All right, thank you so much. And Coach Drapo, can you share your thoughts on meeting Daniel again this year?
Absolutely, we're very excited for the matchup. Just like Coach said, you know, we score a lot of goals, but so do they. I think we're 1 and 2 in 3A in goals scored. You know, they've been on a tear in the playoffs and at the end of the season. They're battle tested. When you look at their schedule, I mean, they didn't hide from anybody. They played the Mans and all the big schools up there. And so we just expect a good game. You know, it's hard to get back to this game. So to be playing a rematch of last year is just really incredible and impressive, and says a lot about their team in general. You know, and so we're excited for it. We know they're going to come in hungry, and you know, we're just looking forward to a great match. This is the kind of match you want to be a part of. So it should be a lot of fun.
All right, and I ask that everybody, let's all keep our fingers crossed for the rain to dissipate, so we have a full, wonderful Friday, back to back games of our 3A boys and girls. For our viewers, just a rundown of information before we close out. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Wilson and Lexington Medical Center. Thank you for not only sponsoring our soccer press conference, but also the season and sports throughout the year. We will have apparel on site this Friday if you want to support your team and purchase, you know, shirts, pants, what have you. That will be on site, but you can also order that online from Northwest Designs. You can visit our website for a link and all the information on that, and that's schsl.org. Also, following this press conference at 10 a.m., we will have our, we will have our 4A competitors at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live, so stay right there. And we just asked you, if you're here watching, you're definitely a soccer fan, we asked you to come out to Irmo this Friday. We're going to start at noon with our girls, with our boys 25 minutes after the award ceremony. So make sure you're at Irmo, South Carolina, Irmo High School. We'll be looking forward to seeing you, but most importantly, we'll be looking forward to seeing these tremendous athletes in action. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.